That documentary was so magnificent. I think I started crying like 2.5 minutes in, and then just it kept coming and kept coming. But there was a lot of...
I just think what's great about the documentary, if I can interject very quickly,
Go ahead.
is you see the enormous amount of talent behind the scenes. Thousands of people that work on the film. Mm-hmm. There's a reason the end credits are an hour and a half long. And that's what I remember so much, is that the crew was just so on top of their game, and everyone's so happy to be making a Star Wars movie. It's impossible not to have fun.
Ryan talked about a lot of the input that the actors had, and one of them being that it was your decision to actually kiss Carrie on the forehead during the Luke and Leia moment.
But I didn't decide it and say, can I do this? I mean, in the take. Even, I don't know if we rehearsed it or not, but it just happened, and I was standing up, and they weren't ready for it, and they said, no, do that again, and we did it for a second take. Like I say, it was just spontaneous, and really momentous for me, because Luke was saying goodbye to his sister forever. And of course, you know, to finally just to have to lose Carrie was just, it's just, I can't watch that scene. It's just, you know, it takes me out of the movie completely. I'll get over it, but, you know, she'll be forever missed, and she's irreplaceable.
Yeah, it was a very emotional scene to watch.
No one's ever really gone.
There were a few others as well that really got me.
Young Skywalker.
Watching you with Frank Oz and Yoda.
Yes, it's really getting to me. Well, that character means so much to me. I mean, I remember reading Empire for the first time and thinking, wow, I mean, he's so deep and spiritual and cerebral as all these things. Of course, Luke never realized, I mean, he's right in front of it. I didn't recognize Obi-Wan when he was right there. You know, you know, I'm irritated, but like he's some gremlin or frog going through my food. I'm looking for a great Jedi warrior, you know. So it meant a lot to me, not only to have that chance to revisit that character, but to do it old school. Mm-hmm. Instead of doing CGI, having Frank there, the puppet made from the original molds. In the documentary, see, I didn't really, you know, I'm going to rehearse with Frank. I didn't know they were going to have, you know, the partial set. I mean, I just didn't expect that to be moving to me. I thought, oh boy, it's Frank, and Frank is always fun. But, you know, the whole experience, whether it's visiting the Millennium Falcon for the first time or seeing Yoda again, it's so unexpected, you know. I mean, they say you can never go home again, and all of a sudden there you are. It's indescribable. That's another thing, going on the Millennium Falcon. Oh, great! I brought the family. It's going to be fun. Now you can see the set and of Han Solo's ship, and the detail, every oil drip, every dent, the hanging tubes. It even smelled the same. I just was like overwhelmed. And the camera crew was right there, and I thought, oh, I don't want to be on camera getting all misty-eyed. So I went around and I sat in the cockpit and looked up, and there was Han Solo's dice hanging there. It's, oh my gosh, it's, I still can't believe it's happened, and I was there.
Luke and R2-D2 come back together after all this time. I was like, oh my gosh, I didn't know how emotional that would feel to watch.
Yeah, and you know, everyone had their contribution. I think originally in the script it was BB-8 that came to the island, and Ryan said, no, it should be R2. Originally, I didn't acknowledge 3PO. I walked right past him. I said, Ryan, look, after all those years of service, even though we hadn't been in contact in recent years, you know, 3PO was the closest to a sidekick I had. You know, Harrison had Chewie, and I had R2 and 3PO, but he's so accommodating, so collaborative. He said, oh, absolutely, you should go over there. You should. But he didn't really have time to script anything. He's just to acknowledge him, and that's what I did.
Yeah, a little wink.
Yeah, and see, even that. I mean, I don't remember actually doing that, and I did. So that's the best kind of spontaneity that you can have when you don't say, okay, I'm going to go in and wink at him. I mean, what happened happened. I thought, should I put my hand on his shoulder? Should I shake hands? I don't know, because you don't want to. There's a solemnity to that moment, and you don't want to trivialize it in any way. But yeah, that was special. I mean, obviously, it would have been fun to have worked with Tony Daniels a little bit more. He was just very amusing, to say the least.